they asked me, where do you want to go? So I was still romantic. I said, I'd like to be in the paratroops and land behind enemy lines, and said, how is your Arabic? And I said, not very good. I said, forget it. So at that time, they didn't quite know what to do with people like myself. We had experience. So so it was a little bit like the Middle Ages, where the local baron, rounded up the peasants and said, if you go fight under my banner, you'll get so many bushels of wheat, or you get a piece of land. In this case, we were in a camp, and an American major came, and he was forming something had persuaded the Israelis. Everything at that time was, when you compare it to how organized things were, an anti-tank unit. So he came around, but he said, "What's your inducement?" As like the peasant would ask, "If I fight for you, how many bushels of wheat?" He said, "Well, we're going to have a democratic unit, except in combat, there's no decisions are made by majority, no saluting, no ranks," and that, as an enlisted man, sounded very good to me. And so, do you want to join up? I said, okay. We got here. We were put in a Teledvinsky, sort of a holding place,
sure,
until they figured out what to do with us.
And then you joined the Anglo-Saxon.
And then this guy came and said, if you join us, and you're now Anglo-Saxons. Before you were Jews overseas, but in Israel you were Anglo-Saxons. So it was the 4th Anglo-Saxon anti-tank unit.
Wow. How many people are in the unit?
There were about, I would say, something like 50 or 60. And so he said, that's great, we had anti-tank unit. So he said, okay, I'll take you out, and picked me up in a Jeep and took me to where they were stationed in the northern Negev. And I said, where's the anti-tank guns? And I said, well, we don't have any anti-tank guns because but as soon as our infantry captures an anti-tank gun from the Arabs,
we'll have one.
They finally got us what they call a 17-pounder, which was a World War I artillery piece given by the British to the Arabs, but they had instead, I have a picture, a wooden gun. They had a mock-up of a wooden gun. Said that's it. Those are your weapons. It wasn't until later, when we were in the Fallujah pocket in the Negev, and had surrounded Arab unit, Egyptian, under command of one Colonel Nasser, that one day we got said we're going to get real guns, and the Czechs, had made the weapons for the Germans, and these were 50 millimeter anti-tank guns, artillery guns, still wrapped in oilcloth, and said, okay, you're now in business. We unwrapped it, and on the barrel was a huge swastika. So we pointed that, had the great ironic city of a bunch of Jew boys, now Anglo-Saxons, with a gun with a swastika on it, shooting at the Egyptians.